My daughter is a plaintiff in the case against the federal government, and I certainly watch over her shoulder as she goes down the process of bringing action against our government, and it's kind of a surreal experience. It's hard for me because I have a pretty deep understanding from the work that I do of the impacts that are likely to that we're likely to experience if we don't address climate change in a meaningful way very immediately. And so I understand what's at stake, and I understand the risks, and I understand the urgency, and I can't really bring myself to articulate those things to Avery. I think she has enough of an understanding that she can articulate her concerns and her sense of why we need to change. I was in the room when they hit send on the case against the federal government, and there was certainly quite a bit of celebration in the room. And at the same time, it's nerve-wracking. It's uncomfortable to think that we have to bring legal action against our government. It's not the way that I think we as citizens of this country want to solve problems. We don't want to bring cases against our government for not doing the right thing, but it certainly feels completely necessary as one of many actions to try and turn the tide. Avery certainly picked up more of an understanding of climate change than I think most 10-year-olds do, and frankly, it makes me a little bit concerned. I don't feel like we should push young people into a world that's full of the fears and the concerns that an adult has to face. So I'm inspired by her language and her voice and all that she knows, and at the same time, I don't want her to have to get faced with all this too quickly. As a parent and watching my daughter Avery be involved in the litigation against the federal government, it's been pretty thrilling to see her sense of empowerment. She certainly, I think, understands at a very fundamental level what's at stake largely. I think she has a sense of that. And I think she also understands through this action that she has a voice and that she needs to be heard. And the only way she's going to be heard is if she asserts that voice and she uses it to the best effect. And I think she's learning that very, very quickly. It's hard for me to see her making comments when I have the backstory in my head. It makes it really difficult to see her advocating for change when I feel like I have a thorough understanding of what's at stake. So my comments, my conversations with Avery are guarded. You know, I certainly don't explain for her all of the issues and the complexity and the real risks the way I see them. But I don't think she has to know that right now either. She'll know that soon enough.